This episode of Beatroots was recorded in May 2024. This episode we're joined by Kaiden Nolan, the legend, Middleton's finest, singer-songwriter, formerly of Scuttlers. From Middleton to Glastonbury, he's rocked, funked, grooved his way. His most recent single, Thoughts of You and I, only builds on the eclectic repertoire of music. That's a bit of a tongue twister, that, isn't it?
Yeah, that's an intro. Just can't tell, lads. I'm going to get better than that. Thank you very much for having us, lads.
Oh, thank you for coming down.
Yeah, man.
It's been an exciting prospect of having Kaiden Nolan, the one and only.
We're getting there, bit by bit. We're getting there.
You're definitely making a name for yourself, aren't you?
Yeah.
How have you been?
Good, mate. Good. Busy.
Yeah.
Sometimes it sort of gets a bit too intense, but then on reflection, I wouldn't really have it any other way, to be honest.
Yeah.
I need to be sort of ran off my feet 24/7, a bit like ADHD like that.
Yeah, keep yourself busy.
Yeah, definitely. I couldn't sit there and
Just wait for
twiddle
it.
my toes and watch Lorraine Kelly and that. It's just not in me. Unless I'm like really hungover, I need to be going for it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So, where did it all start for you? Throw right back. What's your first memory of music?
It was 2000 and my first memory of music.
Your very first memory? Yeah.
Was like I grew up in a lot of like party gaffs. Like
that explains a lot.
Like growing up, I just remember sort of very like on the estate where I lived was a very like sort of drinking atmosphere. There's
Everyone
always
knew everyone.
like John Holt blaring, Bob Marley, things like that, a lot of Irish music. So there was a lot of arms, people with their arms up, like round each other and belting out, Neil Diamonds and all that typical sort of like stuff that my mum and dad listened to in their like early 50s now.
So they've always been like into music.
Yeah,
as
my
well.
dad more so. My dad's always liked to sing song, and obviously coming from like a big Irish family, that's always a thing in it. Like Dubliners and Christy Moore and stuff. So yeah, music's always been about. It's always been music blaring from a boombox in the kitchen at 4 a.m. for all my childhood, more or less. Yeah, man. I wouldn't have it any other way, to be honest. And then when I was like 11, 12, I was like bopping to like Sean Kingston and all the typical stuff that was going on when I was that age.
Classics.
And Stone Roses got announced for Eaton Park in 2012. So I was 12 years old. Yeah, that comeback one. And I'd never even heard of Stone Roses, but the hype about it was like
it's enticing, isn't it?
something that as a child I wanted to be involved in. My brother's 8 years older than me, so he was like 20 at the time, and obviously he was going Stone Roses Oasis. Obviously, being from Manchester, it's massive, isn't it? And I wanted to be involved, and I think my dad ended up giving me his ticket. Thank God.
Yeah.
Because that was literally the gig that changed my life. That Friday night at Stone Roses was the first time. I've been to United games and that, but that Stone Roses gig was absolutely amazing. Vaccine supported, Primal Scream.
It's not bad for 12-year-old
cracker
gig,
that,
that, is
doesn't
it?
Nah, mate,
Yeah.
it's a half an hour, 45-minute walk from my house. So we're walking up there, and
really?
everyone's got the bucket hats on, the full shebang.
Lemons everywhere.
Yeah, it's just that Manchester thing that obviously is, you could argue it's very nostalgic, and it's quite, it's still now 30 years on, that's what Manchester's sort of known for, other than the football thing. But mate, at that time, like, I remember watching them do Fool's Gold, and I was like the kid in the crowd with someone put a bucket out on me, and I was fucking bopping away. Everyone was like, yes, check this kid out, mate. And then I was like, Dad, I want to be a drummer, because I seen Rennie on stage and I was like, what the fuck, this is brilliant. And he was like, I'm not a chance playing the drums, mate. I'll get you the guitar. So I was like, right, fine, I'll settle with that. And thank God he did, because I picked it up like a duck to water. I got the Stone Roses tab book, taught myself guitar, learnt that, the first album, Stone Roses tab book, like literally inside out. And then I'm grateful that I did it then, when I was 12, 13, 14, because after that, you start going out, you start drinking, you start being a teenager. And I always say to people now that, like, if I tried learning a guitar, but like after I started going out and socialising, it might still happen, but not as quick. Because in a year, I was already writing songs and doing stuff, and then I was going out and drinking and all the daft stuff you do when you're a teenager. So it all turned out pretty good, because I'm very grateful that I sort of got my life's meaning like quite early on in life. Do you know what I mean?
It's stuck as well, isn't it? Like you said.
Oh, mate, that's my soul satisfied. forever now. Like no matter what goes on in life, like as long as yeah, as long as I can sit there in my studio or sit there with a guitar, then, you know, I think my soul's satisfied. So
amazing.
Yeah,
Do you remember your first gig?
it wasn't Stone Roses actually. It was Nickelback.
No, first gig you played.
First gig I played.
Oh, because I've seen a post. I don't know where I've seen it. There's a post of you at Sound Control.
Nice.
Very fresh-faced Kaiden Nolan.
Yeah. What was it? Yeah, it would have been in Mid somewhere. Would have been in Middleton somewhere.
Yeah.
There was a bar called Carson's in Middleton that was like a music bar that's unfortunately shut now. That I started in.
That recently, or?
Nah, it closed time ago. But they was doing a jam night there. I'm surprised because you wouldn't think that anything would happen like that in Middleton now, to be honest. Obviously, all the pubs are shut in and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And if people want culture and stuff, they usually come into town, don't they? But yeah, that's where I sort of cut my teeth at Carson's in Middleton. That probably would have been my first gig there at a jam night. I probably would have done Folsom Prison Blues and a couple of other songs that I'd written at the time.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Tell us more about the Nickelback one now. I want to know about that one.
Mate, it was at the time when like Rockstar and Photograph was on. Big times, mate.
Yeah, good time for music.
Big times. And I was singing like, we all just want to be a big rock, before he even realised that I wanted to be a rock star. Might have been printed something in my subconscious. So yeah, Arcade Callum, God bless him, took me everywhere when I was a kid. Like that's my big brother. Like United Games, Nickelback, Stone Roses, Cortinas when
he's a lot to answer for, isn't he?
Yeah, I'm so grateful, Callum. Like obviously he buzzed off me, buzzing off the things that he liked. You know.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, Nickelback were good from what I can remember of it. Yeah. Like I don't know, like the past, like even whether it was 10 years ago or last week, it's just like little imprints of things that I remember for whatever reason, you know.
Yeah. So the new single, Thoughts of You and I, came out 25th of April.
Yeah, just
it? Yeah.
We've done a little bit of homework.
Somewhere out. Come out. How long we ordered it? I don't know, mate. I don't know.
How long have you had it written for?
Mate, so I went and I had 4 tracks booked in with Alex Quinn at Kempson Street Studios in Liverpool.
Nice.
And the other 3 tracks on it, Undersold was one of them, was sort of decided on. And I had another tune that was going to go up and record, and I was sat in the studio around the corner, and I cut with that dun 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 dun. I was like, sounds like a good tune that. But then I was trying to overdo it and try and put different parts in it, and I was like, I sent it to Sam Meehan, who's Alex's manager. He was like, yeah, that's a good tune. What do you think? Do you want to record it? And then over the course of that, I just went, because the chords are all the same all the way through it. Okay. But sometimes the bass comes out, sometimes the drums come out, sometimes the piano comes in, sometimes, you know, but the chord sequence is the same. And I had to work that out before I went to record it, and I was like, right, that's it. And to answer your question, sorry, it probably...
We've got the time.
Probably, if I went and recorded in August last year, it would have been about a year ago, written it, I think. Okay. Yeah.
So you didn't have it like long lying around?
Nah, it was one of the... Now and again, tunes just come where like I'll come up with a riff, and sometimes I'll get over excited and it doesn't get written because I'm thinking about it that much, and sometimes it'll just write in 5 minutes, like a couple of my singles I've done. It took me about a week to write, I think, but just by sitting down 3 or 4 times and just sort of sussing it out.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you've released that one not long after Undersold.
Yeah, about a month after.
Is it part of something bigger? You say there's that other song. Is there an EP?
There's an EP coming out.
Oh, yeah.
So I went 4 tunes. I went to record in Liverpool back end of last summer, and yeah, there's an EP going to be coming out. So there's another single and everything. We're going to release a track with the EP.
Nice. Got sort of estimated times there? Is it
probably back end of summer? I don't know, because we thought You and I, like I released Undersold, and I knew that it would sort of like capture the imagination of people, and then I released the video 2 weeks after, and then 2 weeks after I released Thought You and I. And in retrospect, did I release Thought You and I a bit quick because everyone was still sort of like buzzing off Undersold, and it's just go as you learn, learn as you go.
Yeah.
Sorry. And yeah, I don't know, like, we'll see, because Thought You and I is doing all right at the minute. It's getting radio playing stuff. We'll see when the next single comes out, maybe around Glastonbury, maybe, and then probably back end of the summer.
Congrats on that, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Again?
Yeah, thank you, mate. It's good.
2 times.
Yeah, hopefully we'll be playing it every year now.
Yeah.
I want to get to the point where I've got, hopefully next year, with a couple more singles out, I'll be playing a couple of sets during the weekend.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Just quickly, quickly before we move on from the other single, how do you find that? Because you said that maybe you've released it a little bit too quick from Undersold. Thoughts of You and I. I mean, it's people just want new music out, don't they? Do you find that once you release something, your other songs will pick up a little bit as well?
Yeah, definitely. I don't think it's like, because I think what they say at like our level is you've like try and release once a month, stay there, and with the promo and all that stuff. I think in retrospect, I think it's a good idea to play it by ear. So
yeah,
if I was to go again with that, I would have carried on the release of Undersold because it was still gaining traction. It's still relatively new songs. All my singles are still relatively new songs. I think I released Move about 2 years ago, but still like it's not as if like I'm a massive artist at the minute where like every single song's getting traction as soon as it comes out. It's like to 99.9% of the population, I'm still a new artist, and all these songs are still new to people. Do you know what I mean? So I think in terms of pushing on social media and stuff, I'll play your singles by ear. If it's doing well, then ride on it. If it's not, and you feel as if like you need somewhere else to sort of back it up, then do that. Do you know what I mean? Rather than, because I don't know if you out with the Cavs, like, have you been told to release every 4 to 6 weeks or like?
We get a similar kind of thing from different people, but I would say generally they've said 2 to 3 months out of our song. But that will include, if you've got a music video, we've never actually done a music video. If you've got an acoustic version of something, if you've got longevity,
ride it out.
Try and get like 2 or 3 months out. But then, like you said, you find
depends
what time of year it is. Yeah, because if it's coming up to summer, maybe you want another song out after a month. You want to keep pushing it just before you start getting into festival season, and so like with anything. There's not really one golden rule that will.
No, there's not, because there's things that I've put on social media that have done well that I didn't think was going to, and vice versa.
Yeah, some that you've been.
I've just thought, it's an art. It's obviously you climbing a sort of unclimbable mountain with this music.
Yeah,
and I think you've got. I just take it day by day, mate. There's that much to think about.
That's the best way to go about it.
There's that much to think about and that much to ponder on. That I'll just take it day by day.
If you scrutinise every single decision that you make, you'll just never get anywhere, will you?
No.
So I think it's a good position that you're in. I think
definitely, mate. Yeah, things are good. I've got a couple of songs ready to go out that I'm very happy with. I've got my own band. I'm releasing the music that I want to release. I can't complain, mate.
It's funny you said that. So I'll just quickly move on to the next bit. I saw you at Basque last week.
Yeah.
It was a class gig. It was
nice one.
The energy in that room on Thursday night.
Thursday night
was madness. It was. It made my knees hurt at the end of it. It was just like especially with Madame Claude on there. Obviously, I'm getting a little bit older now.
Serious
band. My legs were aching at the end of it. It was like just bopping up and down and everything. And
Madame Claude are a serious band, mate.
Really good.
Unbelievable.
Really, really good. Good lads.
Probably,
well.
Yeah, they're all my best mates. I love them to bits. Yeah. But they are, like, best mates or not, like, they're literally one of the best live bands I've seen in the last couple of years.
It gripped me. So I think Mike had told me about them, so I started listening to them before we got there.
Yeah.
But to see them live, I don't think you can listen to them on Spotify
and get that. No.
And get what they deliver
I think what they're doing as well, like that sort of like bringing back ska back. It's like I can't believe someone's not done it anyway.
Yeah,
they'll go really, really. I'm just buzzing that I'm sharing a room with them and that they're my friends, and it's vice versa with them as well. Yeah, because they support me, and I'm thinking, am I gonna be able to top this? That's the mindset that I want to be in, though. Do you know what I mean? They're a serious band, mate, and they'll get you like that, and they're so likable on stage as well. So it's more of a challenge for me to go up and headline a gig and smash it even more when they play with us.
I was just gonna say, like, how long have you known them?
Mate, I met him after I split Scuttlers up, literally 2 years ago. One of the first gigs I did as a solo artist. I didn't have a band at the time. I didn't know what I was going to do. I just knew that I wanted to go under my own name. I supported Danny Mann at Night and Day in April 2022.
Yeah.
And Madame Claude was on that gig, as fate would have it. And I still had the studio that I'd split, that Scuttlers had. I was looking after it on my own. It was a bit pricey, and I was looking for someone to take over the room with us.
Okay.
I think it was Charlie, the bassist, said, we're looking for a room as well. So they ended up getting the room with us, and I was a bit apprehensive at first. I didn't know him, and I could have been like awkward, like, could I use your amp on? And we just hit it off like that. Like, I don't really have like a big, like, I've got mates, I've got best mates back at home and stuff, but I've never had like a group of friends that I'll stick about with and speak to every day, and they've literally become that just by
You see them
just
a
by
lot
chance.
through the week as well, then?
Yeah, more or less.
You're busy.
Yeah, we're both in the studio. I help them record. They coming out. Me and Charlie obviously played bass with us because Dagger couldn't. If they need me to play a gig with them, I play with them. It's sick, mate. It's very lucky.
Yeah, it sounds really
that's
good.
The one, mate. Yeah, that's the one.
You mentioned that you're doing a lot of the music that you want to be doing now. So, are you musically where you wanted to be for a while, or is it something that you've just transitioned into?
Back in the Scuttlers, I was sort of listening to a lot of like 70s dance music and that, and that's where that way Scuttlers was going.
Yeah,
and I just
it started getting a lot funkier.
Yeah, I sort of carried on from there. To be honest, I think. I don't know. I think I'm like an indie rock writer by heart, and I'm still very happy with the indie rock stuff I'm doing, and I've still got indie rock tunes to come out. But I don't know. I just fancied. I like that backbeat. I like a bit of a groove, as you can tell if you watched us in Stockport. But I'm sort of juggling the two at the minute.
Yeah.
Because like I'm doing that sort of indie rock stuff, but then the funk stuff. The funk stuff excites me.
You sound like you naturally just can delve into any of those pies at sort of the drop of a hat.
Yeah,
your indie rock stuff, your funk stuff, your
and then I make house music as well. Like anything that comes to my head, I'll just do it, to be honest. But then it begs the question like, oh, should I be doing this? Should I be doing that? And I'm like, fuck all that. I'll just make what I want to make.
100 miles an hour, and
if people like it, then sound. I'd say I'm releasing what I want to release at the minute. I think it's a nice, especially the next two singles that are coming out. It's a nice merge of rock, dance, mank, attitude, cool as fuck sort of mixture of the two.
Nice, just peppered in there.
Yeah.
Would you say the indie scene's like oversaturated?
Would I say that?
Oh, you have said it, haven't you?
No, I think
you said that to me. We wrote down a little quote. We had a conversation. It was probably back end of Scuttlers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where I think I'd seen you at the Ritz. Yeah. And we were just saying that was when you were saying you were going into like your.
Did you get this on record, or did you just remember it?
I just remembered it. It was when we were speaking about Get You On. I was like, something.
You're gonna get your tape recorder.
Yeah, I sold it to newspapers. No, it was just something that because you start going into that funkier kind of sound, 70s disco.
Yeah.
You did say to me, I feel like the indie scene is oversaturated.
I'd still stand by that now. I think I don't know. Like the 90s has happened. Oasis, I think Oasis completed it, mate. They did. Yeah. No one's ever going to get that again.
Yeah, if you're reaching for that.
Mate, Liam Gallagher, come on. Fucking hell. Noel Gallagher as a songwriter. I listen back to it now as like, as me musicality of myself matures, I still listen back to Oasis tunes and I just think, fuck's sake.
Yeah, I'm still miles off.
Wow.
Yeah, I've got a long way to go.
Not even that. It's just like, you can't, that's not going to be recreated. It's just not.
No,
like,
very true.
And music's changed so much since then. Like, I don't know, with the dawn of social media and stuff, it's like, I think you've got to find your own pocket as an artist, sell yourself as an artist, and sort of, gather fans that way rather than like getting the big record deal, and especially in rock music.
Yeah.
It's just changed, mate. And it is very like, I don't know, it's in the 90s, probably from the 60s to the 90s, it was popular culture. And then post that, it's a subculture now. The popular culture now is pop music, it's rap music, it's dance music now. Guitar music's obviously like the closest you're getting is like Tame Impala, Arctic Monkeys. But you got to remember Arctic Monkeys released their first album in 2006. Kasabian is still one of the big bands. Sam Fender's done really well, but Sam Fender's grafted, mate, for like 15 years. Just stuck at it. Bam,
you don't see that
bam.
though, you don't see that whole backstory. You just
see
like the last few years.
You see Hypersonic Missiles coming out and
bang, overnight.
Yeah,
but not overnight.
Yeah, I still stand by that. I think it is. I think music's oversaturated in general, naturally, innit?
Especially the accessibility to it now.
Yeah, you can go on TikTok and everyone's at it, aren't they?
Yeah.
But that's good. I like that. I like, it means that people have to sort of like pull the boots up and find where they sit in the industry.
It more. Find your own niche.
Definitely.
Congrats on Glastonbury.
Thank you.
So I know we said that before, but we are sticking to a script because we need to make sure the amount of stuff we want to cover with you is we needed to list it all.
Yeah, man.
So how did that come about?
I was just messaging everyone.
Anyone that you could find, anyone that had some kind of relation to Glastonbury.
Not even if it had anything to do with Glastonbury. I was messaging.
Do you know anyone?
Do you know anyone?
Do you know Emily Evis?
Yeah, some guys from Mandala Stage. I got speaking to them where I played last year, and I was like, "Listen, I'm from Manchester. I'm doing this and doing that. I'll come and fill your stage." And I promised that for a fact, and it was like, and I sent them some videos or whatever the fuck, and it was like, right, yeah, sound, come down. So buzzing, went down, and then I We had the Friday night 1 a.m. slot.
Yeah.
And Arctic Monkeys was headlining on that Friday night. It was like Arctic Monkeys, Royal Blood. I think it was the Hives or Old. It was like a band-based pyramid stage, right? Yeah. And I printed out 1,000 leaflets. Kaiden Nolan, like funk, rock, guitar, dance, whatever. Big bright picture of my fucking head on it. And I printed out 1,000 leaflets and just went out that Friday day in pyramid stage. Dang, yeah, Kaiden Nolan, for like dance music, guitar music, yeah, shaking hands, fucking, you know. And Arctic Monkeys played. It was about 11 o'clock. And the back end of Arctic Monkeys, and I was just nervous. I was like I don't smoke before gigs, but I was trying cigs off, and I was just like, right, I just need to get to the stage and just wait there, because playing Glastonbury for the first time, and the nerves sort of got on top of me. Went up there, and this Mandela stage in the Green Futures fields, and you know, like during the day people are mooching about and stuff, but like during the night it's not exactly the busiest place, because everyone's at like West Alts or Pyramid Stage. So there was about 15 people there before we went on, and I was like, oh, no worries. Callum turned up, Arcade, big brother. He was like, listen, you're playing Glastonbury, don't worry about it. Anyway, we went backstage, like to sort ourselves out, all the band. And I just popped my head out, and there was about 400 people in there.
Wow.
And it was only like a small tent.
Yeah.
So the leaflets paid off.
I would say the power of the leaflet, old school.
Yeah, I did it at Sound City the other week. I just waited outside the ticket office, printed on
Where did you play there? Was it
Jacaranda? Well, we packed out the Jacaranda at like 2:30.
That's amazing.
But you've got to do these things to get yourself out there. Do you know what I mean? It's not worth just playing a gig anymore.
Yeah.
Like, even in we headlined Birmingham the other week. They didn't work as well in Birmingham because people are just going about doing the shopping and that. Yeah. And I'm like, mate, fucking Kaiden Nolan, guitar dance, get down. Like, whatever, mate.
It's not going to work anyway. Oh, that's, again, going back on, there's no one golden rule, is there?
No.
You can't just go and hand leaflets
but
at
festivals, festivals, definitely, because people are doubting about anyway. Oh, Kaiden Nolan. But most people,
thank God, go and see as well.
Most people, thank God, was like, we're coming watching you anyway. Yeah. At Sound City. So I was like,
quality.
But it's like a QR code on it. They can get on my Spotify and stuff.
QR code's the way forward. That's you do some cards for us, and we're always dishing them out.
Do
you do like the handshake and slip it into the hand like a slick business?
No.
Sneaky that.
Yeah, that's what you need to start doing.
Legitimate business owner. Yeah.
Take my cards.
No, I need to learn that move off. Yeah.
I don't know how to do it. That's why you're gonna have to learn on yourself, mate. Or like grab it like there's nothing in your hand, and then it comes up behind the ear. Oh, what's this behind your ear, love? Oh, it's my business card. There you go. I forgot what you asked me, but.
I can't remember.
Glasgow,
just as well done on
Glastonbury again. The leaflets worked at Glasgow, and then it's got us there again. It's got us there again this year. So, yeah, buzzing.
Did you message him again after you played last year, or did you speak to him whilst you were there?
They spoke to me when I was there, and I was like, right, you're definitely coming back next year. Because that was like they said, it's the busiest the stage has been for like fucking 25 years or something.
You can't push someone away like that, can
you?
No,
definitely. And plus, it's Glastonbury. It's a massive accolade, and it's good.
Yeah,
it looks good on the CV as well.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm obviously like I'm a year more mature. I'm a year's sort of better musician, and it's going to be
more music on your belt as well.
It's going to be like a year's better than last year.
Yeah.
So let's go to like the writing process. Like, do you write from like a self-absorbatory point of view, or like how's the writing work?
Just if something comes to my head, to be honest. I don't sit there and think about how I'm feeling and stuff.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of songs I've noticed about like the struggle.
Okay.
Which I'm just crawling out of now, to be honest, just because like I've been very set in like disciplining myself to do my best at the music and do my best at work and train and run and just throwing myself head first into life and being the best that I can, and then just like having the perception of like, right, life's hard, sound, I can deal with that. I've not come from like the best background, sound, let's crawl out of that, let's see that as a strength. And then that's sort of been in my psyche through my writing. So like Build a Fire, one of my singles.
Listen to that today.
It's sort of on retrospect is like learn how to build a fire means like learn how to, and I don't know this at the time, by the way, this is always in retrospect. It's like I don't consciously write about a theme, or I very seldom do anyway. Build a fire is like trying to build something so you can last and satisfy your soul and stuff.
So you didn't write it like in a forest, like when you're like
no, what it is, right? So what it is like the melody, like I'll come up with a guitar line or something.
Yeah.
or the melody will just come to my head. If it's like, so Buildify's like,
Yeah.
right, so I'll just go like, learn how to build a fire. Right, that's it. Learn how to build a fire. Right, what the fuck's that about?
So you'll write the rest of the story around that.
Yeah.
And then afterwards it'll come into...
That Undersold, yeah, more or less. But generally speaking, that's more or less how it works. Or like, so a melody will come to me head while I'm in work and I'll just put it in my voice memos. Undersold was written on this street, on Great Ancoats Street. My missus used to have a flat over there, the Ashley building, and it's like a 15-minute walk to where my studio is. And I was picking my guitar up. It was summer, probably 2 years ago, and I was just messing about with the guitar like I was when you come down and see me before.
Yeah.
When I was waiting for you, I was just noodling about with my acoustic, and I just come up with like.
Thought I found a busker.
And I was just coming that was in my head. I was like, that's nice, mate. That's nice. And then it's, why do I feel undersold?
Will that come very naturally, or will you have to fill in some gaps? You'll be like, why do I feel? And then like, will you be missing some words?
Nah, I don't know. Like once that tag's there, then I'm like, right, I'm on to a winner here.
Yeah.
The rest of the song will just write itself.
Just sticks.
But yeah, that's my head constantly. Like, there's always a song or a melody or.
Do you write all the music then as well? Will you go on and like you have? So. When I'd seen you in Bass, like the band that you've got are great, really good. How much of is it Harry that plays with you on keys?
The keys, yeah. So I can play piano, I can play bass really well. I can obviously the vocals and guitar.
Multi-instrumentalist.
I can play piano, but not as good as Harry.
Yeah.
So the way I come up with stuff on guitar, I couldn't. Most of that I can replicate it if I sat down and worked on it.
Yeah.
But Harry can just do
it. Yeah.
So Harry's my best friend from uni. I met him.
Okay.
I met him first year of uni when like everyone was milling about and I was like, oh yeah, fucking. And I met him and he was a Scouser and I was like, at least he seemed sound enough. And then we just ended up. Turns out he was a grade 8 pianist and we just ended up hitting it off. And he's still my best mate now. I love him to bits. Nice. Really grateful that I've met him.
How involved in the writing process would you say, if at all? The rest of the band is?
Not at all, really. I think me and Harry have written some songs. I don't know if any of them are in the set at the minute. Me and Harry have written some really good songs, like over lockdown. We was just in the studio writing and whatnot. But most of it's like they'll turn up to practice. Obviously, the drummer comes up with his own drum parts.
Yeah.
If I've come up with a bass line, then I'll show it the bassist. If not, then I'll just tell him the chords.
Yeah.
I'll write the songs and then Cameron, who's the guitarist, he didn't play for us at Basque. He come up with that do 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 in Build a Fire, which is absolutely just made the song 10 times better. Which
did you have anything before that, or was that?
Nah, it just kicked in. It just kicked in, and he was noodling about, and I was like, "Can I put that in the track?" And he was like, "Yeah." I just had the song, and then he come up with that, But everything else, I sit there and I'll demo it, and then send it to the band. That's more or less how the process works with the band.
It's working, isn't it?
So like, has that always been the process? Like, what was it like in Scuttlers? Like, was it similar sort of thing, or?
No, well, me and Liam, who is my cousin, he's like me and him written a lot. I've written like I was always writing anyway. If I come up with something, if he come up with something, it was quite more of a shared thing. With Scuttlers, we'd be practicing. We'd come up with a riff. And then, but like, because we was a band, we was practicing all the time, especially in the early days. We was like that very romantic idea of we're gonna take over the world. Sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice indeed.
Who is it that you record with? Does it change every time, or is it?
It does at the minute. I've been recording with Alex Quinn at that Kempston Street Studios in.
Was he at Parr Street, Alex Quinn?
He was, yeah. So Sam, his manager, emailed me and said, I really like your stuff, do you want to come work with Alex Quinn? And I was like, yeah, sound. That's who we recorded this latest EP with. Probably go and record with him again. Yeah. To be honest, I want to get to the point, because I did music production at uni, I want to get to the point where I'm just recording all my own stuff, but it's to get the gear, it's very expensive. And the time.
Yeah.
And I could do demos, like I record bands and doing like pretty decent demos and stuff, but to get up to that studio quality takes a lot.
You were just saying about your band room, you've been upgrading it. Like, have you got like a bit of a studio going on there? Like,
yeah, so I've got my little corner. It's just a massive squared room, but it's soundproofed and stuff. I've just got my corner where I've got my monitors, I've got my interface, I've got my microphones, loads of amps. All the recording equipment's in there.
Nice.
Well, like I say, like I will definitely get to the point in the next couple of years when I'm just doing it all on my own. Saves me.
It's a long game, isn't it?
It is the long game, yeah, and it's just experience and all that stuff that stopped me doing that. But yeah, like I say, I don't know where I'm going to record next. Who knows? Who knows? What I think a producer is. I did want to go and work with a producer because I produced Move on my own, the first single, and then a good friend of mine, Jack Smith, helped us with No Futures Here after that.
Okay.
But I do think it's good working with a producer because it's just that third.
When you've got a good relationship with them as well.
It's that third party opinion, like like the demos of the EP was I had them more or less pretty nailed down before we went into record Alex Quiver. Like Build a Fire, I recorded at Red City Studios with that David. What's his middle name? He's got like a mad middle name. Sorry, David. I can't remember. Radhard Jones. David Radhard Jones, is it? That's his name on Facebook.
That does sound fun.
I'll
have to look that up.
He's a sick mate. You should go and record with him. He's unreal, mate.
Whereabouts is it? Red City?
It's facing where Crown Plaza is in town.
Yes, yeah.
Studio in there.
Really?
Oh, he's a serious man.
He
was in a band that supported Nickelback and that. You should get him on here, mate. He's got a story to tell. But he's sound as fuck as well. But he made Build a Fire. Like I went in there with the tune, and we sat there and worked loads of stuff out for it, and they made it the tune it is today. You know, so I do.
We as in you and him.
Yeah. So I do like going working with producers, to be honest, because like people will come in to record with me and I'll have loads of ideas for how to make the song better that they just wouldn't realise, and it's the same with me when I work with other producers.
Have you ever gone in with a song that you know is not quite finished, or it is pretty much the bare bones, and just let a producer finish it with you?
Nah, not really, no.
It's not really how you work.
You've
got that many ideas going around, though, haven't you?
Yeah, not yet, because everything that I've wanted to record or I know I'm going to record, I've always sat there with it for ages in my room and put the drums, what drums I want, like the bass line.
Yeah.
And but I am looking for all that. I've had offers to go and work with writers and stuff, which I'm more than up for doing. Why not?
Just finding the right time for it.
Yeah, man.
So do you say you have done some of your own recordings and you would love to do, long game, do some of your own recordings? Is there anything that you have
just in point that it's just easier, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
And less expensive.
Oh yeah.
This game.
The finance of it is.
Yeah, this game's dull, mate. That's why I record bands and do guitar lessons and stuff, because if not, I'll just be fucking my neck out at you. 20 quid, so boom, no worries. And then check my pockets and I'm like, fuck's sake.
Got on it. So we want to ask you about your little side project, Pergonomics.
Yeah.
I remember when you first told me about it a few years ago. I was well into that. Is that all just you, or do you collaborate in that aspect?
That's all just me.
That's all.
I think I stopped it.
I have many talents.
I stopped it, but I've got some tunes on that, by the way, that I'm not going to release yet and I'll tell you why. I was doing that, like I released an EP with that with no promo behind it. At the time, I didn't think I'd needed it, but the amount of time and effort that building a sort of brand and an artist takes, such as like this Kaiden Nolan project, it takes your life. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I felt like I was being like jack of all trades, master and all. When I released like 4 tunes with that Pergonomic stuff. Some of them sound all right, some of them sound. I'm probably going to end up taking them down, and sort of when I gain a bit more traction in this Kaiden Nolan thing, maybe over the next year or something, I'll probably set some time aside to fully work on that Pergonomics thing and promote it like it deserves to be promoted, rather than just like throwing it into the ocean. Excuse me, and putting it on Spotify and just letting it get forgot about. But I'm always making. I love making house music, mate. It's an absolute boss. When you come up with something and get it all right, and there's like a tagline to it, and there's like a drop to it, it's just like, fuck's sake.
The production of some of them songs as well, it's like, it sounds like you've gone to someone who was like working with different producers and you've made this house track.
I think it's just ear training, like especially with music production as well. I'm only just getting out of the habit of just like throwing plugins on for the sake of it, and like just because you think it sounds good and stuff, it's like
you're really thinking about it more. You listen to a lot of music though, don't you? You've got a lot of different influences to kind of pull from.
Definitely. And I'm only just getting out that now. I'm done getting out, like the trick is just like get really good recordings, especially the drum. I think the drum's the most important part.
Yeah.
I just got Splice. Do you know how to use Splice?
I've not used it.
Splice has like samples, like it's £20 a month, and it's so worth it just for samples, because you need to get the kick right. You need to make sure the kick's snappy. You know what sort of snare do you want?
Yeah.
And it's all on there, and you can mix and like mess about with it and stuff. And yeah, it's just a buzz. Making house music's a buzz, and I'm excited to get back to it once, maybe in the next year or so. But I'm going full
Kaiden Nolan.
Full steam ahead with this Kaiden Nolan thing.
You make it sound like it's not you.
It's like
Alan Partridge or something.
That's what it's called,
Yeah, I'm working on Kaiden Nolan at the minute.
Kaiden Nolan's not ready yet to come out to the world.
Yeah, it's a character that I created a few years ago. I'm really enjoying it.
I'm glad I went on under my own name after Scuttlers.
Yeah.
Not just like made another band. It's just easier, innit?
Yeah.
It is, You've got that many ideas to try and get them to the forefront.
It's a struggle.
You need to be on your own at the minute, don't you? And just
it's good, mate. I think you have to be the master of your own destiny. And in Scuttlers, I still love all them boys, but I wasn't, and I was being dependent on other people, and that was the rule after I split Scuttlers up. Was like, I don't want to be dependent on anyone but my own. Wherever my life goes, I want it to be in my own hands and not being in anyone else's hands, wherever every 5%, 10%, or it's just not the way. You know
You're clearly driven as well, so
it's got to be credit. As I say, you only get one crack at the whip, and it's like, well, what are you going to do with it? Do you know what I mean? You're going to stand about, wait for it to happen, or are you going to fucking graft your ass off every day and make sure it happens?
Definitely.
Got to be done on it. What else? No one's going to give it you, are they? So
not even if you ask.
I tried. Nicely.
I tried. Yeah.
Please.
Pretty please.
No.
Skinner Brothers recently remixed Undersold.
They did.
How did that go about? Like, who approached who on
that? Zach from Skinner Brothers messaged me. We've had like a couple of like back and fro, to and fro, sorry. And he messaged me saying, Undersold a tune, making a remix. And I was like, fucking right, yeah.
That's class.
Yeah, I did a good job on it. Like drum and bass, a bit of dance tune. I think it's got that melody to it where it works, and obviously it's more exposure for me. Skinner Brothers are absolutely smashing it.
A lot of followers, aren't they?
And it's just nice to be sort of have that appreciation from such an artist.
Have you had back and forth for quite a while then, or has it been?
Nah, just here and there, nothing like major. I'll probably end up writing with him over the next year or so. Went down and met him, did like some promo stuff, and he sounds as fuck.
So you got more stuff to come from that?
Maybe. I don't know. It's just nice to collab, innit? I don't think it happens.
Yeah.
I don't think it happens very often on our side of the.
No, I think you're right. It's
bands are very protective and sort of like I always found that in Scuttlers, like everyone's dead standoffish, and I was like, what's that about? Do you know what I mean? If anyone wants to work with me,
doors open.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, so it's music, innit? With rappers and stuff, they're all jumping on each other's tunes. You don't see that with indie music.
I can't remember where I was chatting to someone. It said, but that kind of scene lends itself to everyone works with everyone.
I think there's a lot more like pretentiousness in the sort of band scene. I think people hold it sort of, generally speaking. I don't mean like everyone.
No beef.
But everyone's like, this is our art, and it's just like it's music, innit?
Yeah.
It is, yeah. That's you got such a good outlook on just the whole music, but you've been doing it, like you said, for so long now, from such a young age that you just want to make music.
Yeah, definitely. And I think the time I started when I was 14, right? So over that time, I've realised my weaknesses. I've worked on my weaknesses. I've realised because you're naive when you come into it, especially when you're a teenager.
I can imagine.
And I've never, with Scuttlers, I spent time with Scuttlers and dedicated my whole life to it. I wouldn't change it for the world because I needed to go through that to be the person that I am now. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Because you can be naive and you can be led. I'm never gonna go into a massive decision that's gonna degrade anything me, myself, my morals or anything. And I needed to go through all that to where I am now, being a solo artist, having my own band. Being very comfortable, releasing the music I want to release. It's I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't have the balls to do this if I didn't go through all that. I really wouldn't have. I was quite a naive kid, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Even though I grew up in chaos, I never wanted I was never one to stand up for myself. Do you know what I mean? obviously not like it's right. It is right, to be honest. When then it got to the point where like I've gone through all this and it's like, right, well, like there's no bullshit. If I don't like anyone or not into anything, then it's not happening.
Not gonna do it, yeah.
Got to be done, hasn't it? It's a cutthroat business.
It is, yeah. And there's so many lessons to learn, and I'm sure over the next year the next 20 years that you're making music, I'm sure there's going to be more lessons as well that you learn.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's that, and it's being honest with yourself as well. Like I think like my shortcomings, like I wouldn't have wanted to hear it a couple of years ago in whatever I'm doing. Whereas now, like I sit down and write down my strengths and weaknesses, and I'm like, well, that's what I've got to work on. Do you know what I mean?
Just keep evaluating yourself.
Of course.
You gotta keep aiming for that higher bar as well. Like you said, playing with Madame Claude.
Yeah.
They set a bar.
Yeah.
And them supporting you for some people, could completely throw them off.
Yeah.
But for you got to keep reaching that bar, aren't you?
Yeah. And then for me to come off stage after Madame Claude support, and as I was saying this, and they thought exactly the same about me as well, which is just fucking mad. Like to be able to go and smash a gig after they play is like it's massive for me because, as you say, they raise that bar so high.
Yeah.
So it just proves to me again, little branches of the trunk of the journey, like that Stockport gig, mean to me that I'm doing the right thing. Do you know what I mean? You worry about it and you're conscious of it before it, but then after the gigs like that and people are coming up to you saying how much they enjoyed it, it's like, right, I'm doing the right thing.
See, it's funny that you keep questioning because Glastonbury 2 years on the bounce.
Yeah, but I'm never gonna be like we played Glastonbury, mate, and I was like, I had a sick night after it.
Yeah.
Went and got after it and stuff, but then after we did Sold Out Deaf Institute as well, I was like, right, what now?
What's next? Yeah.
I'm never gonna sit there. I'm never gonna sit there like.
I'll just wait for Glastonbury next year. Yeah.
It's always going to be right. What we're doing now.
It's a good attitude.
It'll literally be like that. Well, if I end up doing like a fucking stadium tour or something, it'll be like, right, well, what are we doing now?
It's great to keep pushing yourself. Like I was saying, it is interesting that someone will question if they're going in the right direction. That is getting on Glastonbury, but no credit to you.
Yeah, I think like I don't know. The moment you get satisfied is the moment that you lose your sort of drive in it.
You start,
that's the like life in general. Do you know what I mean? If you get to the point where right, I'm there. Well, what? Well, you're obviously not.
What's next?
You call to you pop your clogs in it. Fuck it.
Just keep going.
Just keep going like that.
Just keep going.
See my frame like that.
Like you're mad busy on socials. Like you're really good on the old social networks.
Oh, thank you, mate.
Like, have you got someone in the background helping you there, or is it all you, man?
Nah, I never liked it. Like even with Scuttles and stuff, I was like, Instagram, Twitter, and that shit in it. And it is.
What's it ever going to do for me?
Yeah, well, the answer is it can do a lot of things for you. I know. Unfortunately, it's literally where people are spending all the time.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Most of the time, anyway. So I was like, right. I signed a deal with the devil, and I was just like, right. Well, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it better than everyone else does it. And sort of like, what attributes have I got that I can sort of put on there? I was like, right. Well, I feel comfortable talking. I can sort of spin a good yarn.
You can. You propped this podcast up all night.
Right, so sit there and talk and whatever, and then through that people get to know you, get to understand who you are, what you are, and I think it's a slog. It is a slog.
Have you found yourself in a routine? It must have been hard to get started.
Mate, nah.
No?
But to be honest with you, in the ideal situation, I need to set a day aside where I film all the content and then it's released over the course of a week. But,
okay.
Mate, I work at my brother's pub on Sundays. Saturdays is always something going on. I work through the week and then I'm practicing and then fucking guitar.
What is it you do for work?
At the minute, I'm working with a gang of lads. We're cladding at the minute.
Peaky Blinders. Oh.
Yeah. Now we're cladding. So.
Right. Nice. Whereabouts?
Rusholme.
Okay.
But it's good because. The site's funny as fuck, mate. If you want to have a laugh at work, go and work on a building site, mate.
I can imagine.
It's like, it's just funny. I think the funniest place you could probably be per capita for just absolute fuckheads is prison.
Yeah.
But, you don't really got to go to prison. I think one next to that, building sites, mate.
If you could choose one of those.
Building sites, mate. I've worked at some shit places, mate.
I thought you say I've been in prison.
No, not yet, anyway. I've been in prison to visit people, but not on my own morals. But, building sites are funny, mate. And every day it's just funny. It's just like...
I bet every day is a different day as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just honest, like, fuck off. You know what I mean? It's what I like. I need to be like put in places like that because I've worked in some terrible places where it's like, everyone's dead serious and there's not really much honesty going about and you can see people, like the manipulative side of people and that, where if someone's like, excuse me language, if someone's like a cunt on the site, then he gets outed, do you know what I mean? And then
it's behind you, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. It's just funny, mate. Everyone's just laughing their head off all day, and it's physical work. It's not like mentally taxing. So I have enough time and mental energy to go to the studio and do what I need to do. So yeah, I enjoy it very much. And plus the site we're on at the minute, it's student hall, so we can't start till 9, and we finish at about 3:30, 4. So
right,
and early on a Friday as well. So it's good. I enjoy work. I went last summer. I just did guitar lessons all summer, and I didn't like it. I didn't like
too much of one thing. Or
nah, it's just I ended up getting lazy. Like I wasn't getting up. Like I try and train in the mornings. I wasn't doing that. I was getting up at like 10.
Yeah.
Going to sleep at like 3. It's not good. You know what I mean?
School holiday kind of thing again.
I'm the type of guy
playing COD.
Yeah, literally. I'm the type of guy that sort of needs a routine to sort of stay satisfied. And if it sort of goes out of kilter for a bit, I start losing my head a bit. So yeah.
So you got the EP end of summer time. You got Glastonbury. Yeah. What else in the next 6 months?
We was going to do a massive show in Manchester at the back end of the year, but some gigs have come up what I'd rather do.
Okay.
To build the brand.
No, I don't know. I just think like the way the industry is at the minute, especially for like bands and stuff. Yeah, you know what the mad thing is, right? You see like bands like going on Twitter and getting some traction because they're saying they've had to cancel a tour and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like the unsigned scene's fucked and all that, and that might be, but again, I think but like it's down to, I don't know, like obviously, but people just aren't going to small gigs anymore. They're just not. People are saving the money for Arctic Monkeys when they do Old Trafford. Or these massive staple gigs where they know they're guaranteed to have a good time. You find that the demographic for like unsigned gigs now is like literally like 40 to 50 year olds that want to go out there and experience some culture and stuff.
That is a good point.
It's very seldom that you see like 16, 17 year olds at unsigned gigs. It's not really the in thing. So you've got to really sell yourself and really get to that point where you've got like a hit single or you've gone viral or something to actually get your peers and like late teens to go to shows.
Yeah.
Just the fact, innit?
It is. Do you still do many covers? You used to do Funky Town.
Yeah, we did. I still might do that. I still might do that with the band, to be honest with you, because it is good. It does fit with what we're doing. But no, not live. We don't. Nah.
No.
But like again, like covers on TikTok and stuff is instrumental to like what to get you out there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just is. So you do have to sell your ass a bit. Do you know what I mean? And just
It's just a graft, isn't it?
Yeah, it is inherently a graft, but that's what I enjoy about it.
I think need it by the sounds of things.
Yeah, definitely keep myself occupied. Doing backflips in my back garden, mate.
If not in prison, not the buildings.
Yeah, too right, mate. Too right. Yeah.
You're gonna play us a bit of a tune on the acoustic.
Yeah, I've had it every weekend. I'm just for celebrating some stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna try.
For us?
I don't know. Undersold, probably.
I'll give us Undersold.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
Yeah.
I'm going to be proper fuming when I sing it as well.
Yeah.
It's like, fucking
Undersold. We'll just start getting dead angry in the background.
Yeah, we'll just start kicking off.
Ripping
take over this building. I'm fucking undersold.
Right, so this is Kaiden Nolan with Undersold.
Why do I feel undersold? This life was magic, I was told. When it begun, like back when I was 10 years old. I never knew that chasing money was the goal. What did you expect us to be? You only climb so high before you realize branches break easily. Say, ain't it funny to see? Oh, we try so hard to tell ourselves it ain't so. Why do I feel undersold? This life was magic, I was told. When it begun, like back when I was 10 years old. We never knew that chasing money was the goal. So you wait for the siren, for a fireman to come, only to be bitten by ice, fence white eyes. Before you ask other people for the answers of your soul, talk about rolling the dice of life. The wisest birds they fly high, so high, well the fools they sit and perch on the trees. The cost of living shoots through the sky. We're expected to just do what we're told. Why do I feel undersold? This life was magic, I was told. We'll never gone right back when I was 10 years old. I never knew that chasing money was the goal. Oh, oh, why do I feel undersold? I thought the streets were paved with gold, glistened in the sun, no glimpse of hope and no parole. We never knew that chasing money was the goal. Oh, 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 oh. Thank you.
That was Undersold by the legendary Kaiden Nolan. It's been an absolute pleasure having you here, Kaiden. Yeah, this has been episode 1 of the Beatroots podcast.
What a way to kickstart things off.
It has been. It's been a dream.
It has been a dream.
And we'll join you next week.
Thank you very much for coming down. See you later.